before the pistol round ends, because after that I will be closing. All right, looks like we've got a few more teams, or a few more points on the GDT side for their map pick, which is should be interesting to see. GDT starting things off on the T side. Fast push over towards lobby. It's going to be a lobby, or it's going to be a squeaky nade right off, and Guangdong Tigers, they obliterate every layer of defense on this A-bomb site. Sandman and Brett now going to be called upon to try and salvage things for Vagrants, but not looking very likely. One coming up from Vent. Sandman, though, fragging out well. Oh my goodness, and Brett on the other side doing magic with the USP. Sandman going to have to be quick there. He sticks out just a little bit too long, and Supa going to take advantage. The Guangdong Tigers lock down the pistol round, and now that's going to mean a fair amount of priority going into these next couple of rounds. Vagrants, though, don't want to let them have this for free. It's going to be the Scout buy for Consti and MP9s for the Squadron. So Vagrant's not going to let them take this anti-eco for free, but obviously always the force buy is a risky gambit. We'll see if it pays off for the Vagrants. Consti, we got Seb, the only one without a primary, playing the ramp position. It's a good opportunity to just take the initial contact and fall right back with a pistol. So I do think that position suits Vagrants just fine, and the rest of this team, we got two players holding to see if there is a secret push, and Mason waiting down lower. It is going to be the push toward ramp, and Seb not in a position to instantly jump off the railing, just waiting for the push on in. Finds the headshot. Ooh, can't quite spam down two, but this nade now gets a little bit more dangerous. Meanwhile, Brett with a good kill onto AGB. Guangdong Tigers will make their way down to the lower bomb site, but they will be met by Sandman waiting here for them just next to doubles. But can he swing? Yes, he can. Asupa not expecting him quite so close. Relt, the next one up to bat, will hit that trade, and 2 versus 3 for the Guangdong Tigers. They try to defend this bomb. A good kill for Relt keeps things even. 2 versus 2, but instant trades right back. Electrician headshot onto Mason. MP9 versus Galil, and that Galil holding court onto Dark. No kit on Brett. He's got to get this. He's got to push. He doesn't have a whole lot of time just yet, and he has even fewer bullets. 6 left, but that's going to be enough. But I don't think there's going to be enough time left for this defuse. I think it's going to be just at the last possible second for Brett, and he gets it. Oh, that is crushing for the Tigers. The last second defuse. Electrician did not need to swing that either. That is going to sting. And even more so because of the money. Now, Guangdong Tigers, they're going to be down just to pistols and utility. So whatever this round is, it should be, as soon as it starts, it will be decisive, and it looks like it's going to be a fast push over to ramp. Seb, though, the Molotov giving him plenty of information. LCK ripped to shreds. Seb burns down Electrician as well. Supa able to get the trade, but now they've got Mason hot on their heels into ramp. Relt trying to protect from the Hell player, but they're not expecting Mason, and it's just a flurry of kills for these MP9s. Vagrants able to win that one, and that's going to crush the money of Guangdong Tigers. So now the Glock train will pick up steam. Man, that defuse for Vagrants could be everything for this entire half. Guangdong Tigers could have been on 4, but a butterfly flapped its wings. And now Mason's just pushing into lobby. Did he spot the legs of the player up above? Well, it doesn't matter. He'll peek right back in. Not even a peek, just wanders over. AKs should have plenty of opportunities here. Brett just shooting clay pigeons out of the sky. Only clay pigeons, not live ones. Never shoot a live pigeon. LCK, the last player standing here, got his Glock on burst. Can he shoot the shot? No, he cannot. It is a full survival round for the Vagrants. Yeah, these were some good ones. Brett, just out of the sky, AGB. Pigeon, please. Never shoot a pigeon. Pigeons are birds of peace. All right, rebuy back in for the Guangdong Tigers. Interesting. We've got a different set of smokes outside than normal. Normally you take 2 to set the wall down, and it does look like on the minimap at the very least we are going to get that. So a little bit of pressure outside, but meanwhile, lobby crunch going well for Vagrants. Seb picks up 2 on the MP9. We're down to the 2 versus 4. Only kill found for the Tigers is actually a friendly fire. Mason down, and Brett just waiting for the push into Big Garage. AGB not prepared for a player there. So we'll see if Electrician is able to cross some wires and short circuit the defense. Ooh. Well, that Molotov definitely not in the right spot. Electrician does reel the spray back in. But a 1 versus 3 on 1/3 HP is not a likely scenario for the final player of the Tigers, and Sandman will put him to sleep. So a good start for the Vagrants. Again, all found off the back of that last-second defuse from Brett. I think if there's any MVP of this game so far, that play all alone. Gonna be back to pistols now for the Tigers. It looks like they want to find that outside control once again, but Brett not gonna give it to him. This IGL for Vagrants. He's been to many high-table teams before. He's played for Wildcard. He's played for the Fluffy Aimers, which doesn't sound like a big team, but they were... Oh, that eagle shot hurt your soul from the top of Marshmallow. Consti gonna come and try to take over this position. 3 versus 4 now. Guangdong Tigers trying to make their way on over from outside, but that smoke wall is down, and Consti gonna slap Electrician. 4 versus 2. But the health bars on Mason and Consti not looking too good. They do have the trade ready inside of Mini, and they might just need it. LCK and Relt, the Deagles getting activated. And Mason not able to get the spray under control either. Just Seb left alone. I honestly don't know what happened to him. But you know what is going to happen? Seb in the 1 versus 2. Thank you for the follow. Does have the kit, has plenty of utility left on his belt, but oh, there's a player in dark waiting for him, and LCK. That round, okay, that's gonna sting. That's gonna more than sting for the Vagrants. At the very least, the Tigers biting back. You cannot count out a cornered Tiger. So we are in the pause time, so I'm going to take a moment to be like, hey, I can appear on your camera. I can appear. This is a pause time. I can do what I want. I can chill. I can hang. I'll disappear after the pause time has ended. But yeah, so to go further into the questions, I don't know what happened to him. I heard that he just kind of disappeared. And accounts from the players are basically, yeah, he just started picking up team content creator, team content creator, team content creator. He's just like, I'm going to act like I've got billions of dollars, and then didn't. But that's the pause time, so I'm going to disappear, and we are going to get back into this one. Yeah, I guess Vagrants have to use Seb instead of Wolfie. I was definitely expecting Wolfie. I even messaged him on Steam. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be casting your game tonight, but not on the server. Ooh. Oh, that shot from Consti. That looked like it connected. Guangdong Tigers are going to be very happy it didn't. That is going to leave Vagrants in a powerful position, and Supa spots Brett. Silenced weapon or no, you are going to leave holes in that smoke, and that is a dynamite shot. Still 3 players creeping around outside for the Tigers. Consti waiting below in secret for the first player to speak. Spots the elbow, and that's going to be Relt melted. I honestly don't know. Rosters are always something that's confused me, but we'll see what can happen with the Tigers. Down to that 4 versus 4, but they're making their way in outside. They're making a bunch of noise, looking to get into heaven and onto the A-bomb site, but Sandman waiting, and it's not going to matter. Mason and Minnie get slapped down, and Seb not expecting to play on heaven either. The Tigers have done a great job keeping this quiet, keeping Vagrants guessing. Just losing Route down in secret. Not enough to phase them, and AGB might have the shots on a Consti as well. He's got the back turned, and the timing works out well. Just heading down from vent. That means that the money gonna start to slip away just a little bit for the Vagrants. They do have enough. If they wanted to buy back in, they could make it happen. It just goes to show how much they were doing in those first few rounds, that even if they have lost 2 in a row, they've been keeping their players alive. But this round, it is just going to be the broken buy. We've got the M4 for Consti Hero Rifle, played behind Unbreakable. Could maybe find a little sneaky something, but the Vagrants players will be shy about this. A lot of pressure coming from outside on the Tigers. We've seen what the 5.7s can do, though. Vagrants still in pole position to put full use to those pistols if Guangdong Tigers don't peek carefully. Route will melt through Mason to start things off. Vagrants lobby crunch yields nothing. Brett now, getting activated with the 5.7. He spots the backs of 2. LCK will put a stop to it, but now Vagrants have to be feeling good. 3 versus 3, and Consti's M4 might get a chance. Oh, only able to find 1. But Vagrants have done a good job of returning the chaos out of the Tigers. Keeping their players locked away and out of sight. And Seb might get another opportunity. These players in lockers doing so much work for Vagrants. Guangdong Tigers, they're spending just too long. They're spending so long getting to the site that it's giving Vagrants a lot of opportunities to read their plays. And now 15 seconds remaining. There's not a lot of options left for Relt. Does have the bomb. Gonna have to go down lower, but Sandman, because it is Nuke, because it is the site stacked on top of each other, Sandman gonna have full knowledge, able to slip down. Oh, he didn't plant the bomb! I'm sorry. Oh, the disrespect. No, let him have it. I'm sorry. You took your hand off the button. That's gonna cost you. You can't be doing that. Well, at least for the Tigers, they do get to hold on to money, and that does mean that Supa has that op once again. Erases Seb on ramp. Consti, unable to connect, has to have Brett called in for him. The 1-for-1 trade, not going to feel too great, but Vagrants are able to connect one more dot here. Mason now playing from single, and LCK, not expecting that from ramp. Guangdong Tigers, they're getting pushed around now. Vagrants seem to have their rhythm down, and now things are going to start to get difficult. Relt in the 1 versus 3, but Consti, the AWP doesn't matter whether you've got 1 or 100. The only thing that matters is if your opponent has HEs, and they peek you without it. Their funeral. 6-3 for Vagrants. Guangdong Tigers is going to be down to pistols once again. And I remind you, this is their map pick. They could be waiting and lying in wait for the CT side, but Nuke is not as CT sided as it used to be. Now, I'm not saying it's as T-sided as Anubis. It's nowhere near that, but the T side has definitely found a renaissance on this map. You definitely want things to be going a little bit more even, but this round, Tigers just they're getting put in the water is what they're doing. Sandman spots LCK over by Hut. Ooh, Rel. If that were anything other than a Glock, Mason would be dead, as evidenced by the Deagle. But trade from Brett will keep Vagrants rolling along 7-3 as they continue. Few rounds left in the half. You gotta feel like Guangdong Tigers need both of them. 7-5 would be an acceptable T side. 9-3, definitely less so. Ooh, but that's a good start to winning the round. Put your foot on the gas and take control. Supa with the opening frag, but they're not expecting Mason in through Squeaky, and it's 2 kills for them. Oh, no. No one was watching the flank. The door was blown open. They didn't even have to make a noise. No one's watching Unbreakable either. Brett able to get out. Relt will melt. But now they've got players on the other side. Seb just looking in the garage. And it's a kill for every single last player standing for the Vagrants as they take 8. You can't break Squeaky and then not watch it. This is painful just to see. LCK had his cursor in the right spot, but it was just too quick for him. And we're into the final round of the half. Guangdong Tiger is going to be on an awful buy. Just a couple of sets of utility. AGB buying a decoy out of desperation for just something to put into that position in his inventory. But look at this, 4 Galeels. Sometimes you'll be okay with a Galil, but I don't know. Against the way that Vagrants have been shooting, you need that AK. As evidenced by the fact Sandman already ventilates the head. Interesting, though, the Vagrants have pretty well vacated the A bomb site. They've got Mason looking over in heaven. But the rest of the team would have to rotate in for this. So Guangdong Tigers making a pretty good read as they start to make their way in. They could hold the positions off. Nade going in. Mason knocked down to 40. That's a painful one to have landing in your lap. So at least the Tigers will get the C4 down on the site. But this is a 5 versus 3, and every single one of those 5 has a kit, so Guangdong Tigers need to make their shots count, and Mason already bursting out of heaven and blasting Electrician. LCK, the only one to survive these retaking Vagrants, but Sandman, too quick for him. Bring the Tigers a dream. 9-3 for Vagrants on their CT side. That's not going to feel great. You're going to definitely be feeling like you're on the back foot if you are the Tigers, but it is the CT side, and it does always come down to the pistol. You never know if you can just spiral that pistol into multiple rounds. And the Tigers had a strong pistol on their T side, so we'll see if they can replicate that result. Big push outside for Vagrants, but they're getting punished. Relt just demolishes 3, slaps 3 down, and LCK. Brett goes, guys, where's my team? Making a lot of noise. Guangdong Tiger is going to have full awareness. He's got the bomb as well. You can see the player aiming down vent. There's not going to be a singular spot that's going to be safe for this final Vagrants player. Oh, well, at least he got one. Shooting up through the head. That's got to be an uncomfortable way to get shot. Got your full legs, undercarriage on display. I mean, it's in pants, but like, come on. You're still shooting into it. So they are rewarded with weapons. Vagrants, though, we saw them force on their CT side, and they'll do the same. No bomb plant, so it does mean very, very tame force. Tech 9s and a Mac 10 for Brett. He got the kill, so he gets the weapon. But Supa already picking up one, but these players, they'll make their way down secret all the same. So it's going to be up to Electrician to try and stop them before they can get this bomb down. MP9 looking very good. Just dominating, obliterating. And this time, the eco won't be rewarded, so Vagrant's going to be very much on the back foot. The only saving grace here is just how many rounds ahead they are, but those 4 rounds could immediately disappear if they're not careful. So they do elect to buy up a couple of guns here. So Tech 9, so upgraded pistols for the Vagrants to search for something. Tigers in pretty traditional spots on your CT side. Got some people watching outside, got some people watching A, got a ramp player. You know the usuals. Vagrants, what do they look for? You got pistols on the T side. I think the answer is you're looking for picks. The Deagle has to do the work. Flash goes in, but no one behind it to challenge. I feel like you could replace the Deagle sometimes with a slot machine. Let's go gambling! Shoot the shot. If it hits, great. If it doesn't, unlucky. Vagrants, they do make their way through vents, so there's at least something to do on this round. It's bomb down on lower, and that is going to get planted, so that's a little bit money in the pockets. Meanwhile, Consti with a good kill onto Supa. Oh, an Electrician missing too many shots. Gets decimated. Just going to be up to Sandman to try and close this one out, but the nade tossed in will do more than enough. So this score becomes nice. But Vagrant's going to be buying up the weapons going into round number 16. The Vagrants, they might be kicking themselves a little bit, giving up 3 rounds. At the very least, they should feel happy that they still have 3 before they're caught. But Supa's got that op now, and Supa's been pretty sharp on that op. Let's see where that gets played. Looks like that's going to be a mini op. While the entirety of the Vagrants just charges outside. No rest for the wicked. Bomb hasn't made it down secret, but 2 players for Vagrants have, and they could cause some real chaos. This position for Sandman feels so risky, so exposed. He's got the smoke in front of him to keep Guangdong Tigers a little bit off his trail. But now the player's secret get to work. Oh my gosh, look at these spots. Supa with the first kill over to Consti. Seb, they're not expecting a player up on T roof, but it is their roof. So 4 versus 4 as we head into the second minute. But now things get silly. Look at the... I would love to take a look at the players on Guangdong Tigers on the A-bomb site. There's a player watching lobby, and they're both in lobby. They know there's a player up on T roof, but at the meantime, Sandman making a problem for AGB. Ooh, Electrician might just answer back here. Sandman not expecting this, but in the meantime, Brett and Seb have lost their lives, and now it is going to be just up to Sandman. 15 HPs, that nade hits his back. 22 seconds, doesn't have bomb. Now things get very awkward. There's not really much of a chance to collect that bomb or even go for a death. So saving up on the top of hut does feel like the best option. Luckily, he's not challenged by the Tigers. Without a bomb plant, and even worse still, with a save round, the money for Vagrants starting to run out, starting to get real worrying. So it's just Sandman holding on to that AK with the rest of the squad holding on to pistols and MAC-10s. Looks like we're getting some pack tactics outside. AGB needs to be ready. Smoke blown away. Mason going to be the first one to fall, but has to reload before he can challenge again, and Vagrants will make their way into secret. The worrying thing for Guangdong Tigers is that AK is still in play, so Vagrants can definitely surprise. Electrician not ready for all the players popping out from doubles, and Relt gonna fall as well. AGB, Guangdong Tigers on such a fast rotation. Oh, the ammo's gone. The pistol out for AGB first. He does manage to convert. And it's a 1 versus 3 for Seb. This Tech 9 spots the MAC-10. That could be a saving grace, but Supa ready. Puts the op shot down, and gonna be 1 round of striking distance for the Guangdong Tigers. Definitely a rough Nuke game for both of these T sides. It's been a completely... It's hard to call something flawless at this point, right? Because you have to have so many save rounds in CS2. And the Tigers definitely have the momentum here. The cash in their pockets. The utility, the equipment. The CT side definitely getting paid to defend the nuclear facility. Vagrants throwing another attempt at making their way into secret from outside. So much smoke. That was 4 smokes outside. Supa picks up the first from inside of hut. Oh, Consti could do so much damage here. They're not expecting a player in through Squeaky. And LCK gonna bear the brunt of that. This is a site now looking a little bit open. Oh, AGB in a great spot here. Sandman be the one to discover that painfully, and Mason as well. 2 versus 3 now. Vagrants, they do get the bomb down. Guangdong Tigers looking to make this one a quick one. Consti waiting. Tetris, they're not expecting that. But that AK getting low on ammo. Not gonna matter. Seb here to close out 2. Takes a pair himself. And finally, Vagrants will get around on their T side. But they lose 4 players in the scuffle. So the money not in the most comfortable spots. They've got that AWP for Consti. There's 3 Galils on this T side. And the Tigers going to have a very comfortable buy for themselves. I say they're going to have a comfortable buy. They didn't buy a kit. We'll see if that comes back to bite them. Because AGB, Supa, and Relt definitely had the money. But Supa's had some really hot shots on this AWP. He doesn't hit the first. That's just a leg shot, and Brett will surprise him. Vagrants will overwhelm the ramp. Relt going to be mollied off, double mollied even. As the Vagrants take a very quick trip down to the B-bomb site once again, but they do have Electrician to deal with. Hasn't been spotted yet. I don't think they know he's there just yet, but Electrician is going to be able to pass a ton of information about the positions of Vagrants as they dance around the B-bomb site, and, well, he has finally been rooted out. 3 versus 5, but 2 of those 5 are looking damaged, very wounded, but Guangdong Tigers elect to save up these 3 rifles for the buys that they've had. The CT economy gonna continue to be as painful as ever. Oh, AGB spotted and removed as well. Alright, well this is going to be it. If Guangdong Tigers can't stop the momentum of Vagrants here, then they might just find themselves on map number 2, but already things starting to go bad for them. They've lost 2 and a 3rd in Big Garage. Again, 2 very wounded players for the Vagrants, but as long as you're alive and kicking, you're still a gun. Relt is going to make it here down to the B-bomb site as the bomb is planted. But it looks like the save has already been called up. They've got kits this time around. Relt seems really into the idea of still getting into this, but there's 3 Vagrants players awaiting. Oh no, took too long to get out and Mason ready. So it's just going to be LCK surviving as Vagrants take map point on their opponent's map pick. Oh no, Mason has died to the bomb. Well, at least the AK is recovered. So going into this, I did mention that Vagrants are favored to win this one. They had the bye going into the advanced playoffs. There were 30 teams out of 32 in the advanced playoffs. It was Vagrants and Akimbo that got the byes going into this bracket because both of those teams were coming from Challenger League. The rest of these teams are advanced. Mason, though, getting tagged down fairly low, and I would love to see what this XM from AGB is capable of on the Tigers. If there's ever a map where the XM is actually an appropriate thing and not, you know, just overpowered memes, this would be the map. But a quick trade of frags does leave Vagrants opportunity to head down B. And it's going to be Seb down there causing chaos first. 2 players for the Tigers. This Molotov might just send them out into the open. A couple of shots out of that XM. But AGB still alive and kicking. Hasn't gone for the reload just yet, but is going to go for the spam through the door. Supa popping in through single. Now this might just be a retake. Sandman all alone as Supa and Relt destroy his teammates. But he's playing behind the... Oh, he's playing behind the thing, and AGB able to overwhelm him. Sorry, he's playing behind the pillar, not the thing. I forgot myself for a second. I was so excited that we're going to play on. Well, that is going to mean that the money now slightly back into their favor. The kills on the XM, not quite as lucrative as they used to be. Instead of $900, you're going to be rewarded with $600 for the XM. Vagrants do still have the money. They do still have the buys. And they've got a 3-round buffer before this one goes to overtime. Mason dropping in from above. AGB's XM not able to react in time. That is the opening for Vagrants. That is what they could want. They've got a player down secret. Now they've got ramp control as well. Relt trying to come in. They've got 2 in from hell, but Seb will stop the AWP. And it's going to be enough. It's just an utter melting. Vagrants done with this one. As we go to map number 2, 13-9 on map number 1 for Vagrants on their opponent's map pick.